Hello everyone. In today's episode of G2 Tutorials, we are going to be looking at lettering. So, what then is lettering? Lettering is the writing of the letters of the alphabet according to specific rules. Lettering has been classified into block, freehand, freestyle, and calligraphy. These types of lettering evolved from history when human beings were finding more effective means of communicating, keeping records, and sharing ideas. The letter forms used today were adopted from the Greek alphabet by the Romans, who modified this alphabet by adding letters J, V, and W. The 26 letter forms used today have undergone several changes, and we are going to be looking at how to construct block, Roman, and calligraphy. But before that, let's look at the tools and materials we will be using in the construction of these types of lettering. We have pencil, ruler, clip, straw board, eraser, mathematical set, marker, calligraphy pen, manila card. Okay, so now that we know the tools and materials to be used, let's talk briefly about block lettering, which is the first type of lettering we will be constructing. In block lettering, letters are drawn rather than written, and it is advisable to use squares by either drawing it or using the graph sheet to get an even proportion for each letter form. Mark points with even space of 1 centimeter between them along the margin. Using the points as a guide, draw several vertical parallel lines and draw several horizontal parallel lines across the vertical. Some letter forms fill 3 squares horizontally and 5 squares vertically. These letter forms are B, C, D, E, F, G, H, J, K, L, N, O, P, Q, R, S, C, U, and Z. While A, V, X, and Y take 3.5 squares horizontally and 5 squares vertically, as M and W take 5 squares both horizontally and vertically. For a successful construction to be achieved, you need to pay attention to curves by using a compass or the edge of a coin while drawing straight edge of any letter form with a ruler. Now let's dive in and start with our construction. that we are done with block lettering and using it as the basics, let's look at how to construct Roman letters. But before that, let's talk briefly about Roman lettering. Roman letters, the basis of all letter forms today, originated from an inscription on a column built by Emperor Trajan in Rome. It was first incised on a stone with chisel and was called quadrata due to its erect nature. The Roman letters are grouped into narrow, full, and wide. The narrow letter forms include B, F, I, J, L, P, R, S, while the full letter forms include C, D, G, O, Q, and the wide letter forms include M and W. The most distinguished nature of the Roman letter is that they have serif ornamental projection at the top and bottom ends of the letter forms. They all stand erect, with the exception of the first and last strokes of N, the first stroke of V, and the first strokes of M. All vertical strokes are thick. All horizontal strokes are thin. Diagonal strokes, which run from right to left, are thin, except the letter Z. But all oblique strokes that run down from left to right are usually thick. The narrow part of the letters should be about half the size of the thick strokes. The curved letters, that is the B, C, D, O, Q, and S, have their narrow parts thin as the horizontal strokes. Once again, let's dive in and construct our Roman letters. know how to construct block and Roman lettering. Let's move on to calligraphy, being our final letter forms to be constructed for the day. Calligraphy, on the other hand, is the art of fine pen writing. Calligraphy writing style came into being soon after picture lettering by the Egyptians. It was used for writing books, parchments, and scrolls before the invention of printing. Once again, let's dive in and construct our calligraphy. Now that you have learned how to construct block, Roman, and calligraphy lettering, I hope you practice it at your free time. See you in our next tutorials. Bye.